Hello Year 4, welcome back to our fourth maths lesson this week. Today's date is the 11th of the 6th, 2020, so it's Thursday today, and I've got it in Roman numerals here just to share with you. So we've got xi, so that's 1 more than 10, which is 11, vi 1 more than 5, which is 6, and we've got xx stands for our 20. Okay, we're going to dive right in and actually have a little bit of a recap from yesterday's lesson. I want you to see if you can answer true or false. True or false? Clock 1 shows the time I got home. Here's clock 1. Clock 2 shows the time 2 hours later. So we've got here in analog and here in digital. Is that statement true or false? Pause the video now. Give yourself time to work it out and make sure that you can explain your thinking. Once you're ready, play the video and I'll share the answer. Okay, here's the answer. It was true. The time on the first clock is 1:10, and we can see here we've got our hour hand just past the 1 and our minute hand on the 2, so that is 5:10 minutes past 1. If we add 2 hours to that, the minutes aren't going to change, but the hours will. So if we add 2 hours to that 1, we know that 2 add 1 is 3, and the minutes will stay the same. So that is our correct answer. Well done, everybody. Let's have a look at our learning for today. So today our can I question is, can I convert, that means swap between, analog and digital times, like we did yesterday? But this time we're going to think about the 24-hour clock. So here we've got the 24-hour time and the 12-hour time on a number line. Let's just look at the 12-hour time first of all. So if we imagine this here is 12 midnight, and then we've got our early hours of the morning leading up to 12 noon, so that's our lunch time, and then we've got our PM time, so after that 12 noon into the afternoon and up to the evening, ending with 11 here, and then obviously that continues on, and we imagine it comes back to the start here, 12 midnight. So that's our 12-hour time. Let's compare it to our 24-hour time. What do you notice? What's different? Have a little look as we go along our number line. This is our AM times. What happens when we carry on to the PM times? That's right. You've noticed that when we get to 12 noon here and we go into our PM times, it carries on. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and of course our last time of day then would be 23:59, and then unlike the 12-hour clock, it doesn't go to 24, it actually goes back to 0 here. So then a minute later would be 00:00. Okay, so you'll notice that as we go along, after we pass 12 midday, we add on 12 hours. So instead of saying 1 o'clock, 1 add 12 more, or we could say 12 add 1 more is 13. Instead of saying 2, we add on the 12 hours. 2 add 12, or 12 add 2 is 14, and so on. I'm going to show you a little tool now that will help to show you that a bit more clearly. Here we are. This is a tool from mathsisfun.com. You can check this out yourselves if you go to mathsisfun.com and type in 24-hour clock. So here you can see it's a bit more interactive. So I've got my 12-hour clock on the bottom and my 24-hour on top. And as I go along through the AM times, what do you notice? That's right. It looks the same. Okay, it looks the same until we get to midday. After 12, as soon as we get to 1 o'clock, instead of saying 1 p.m, there it changes to 13, and we say 1300 hours, and we go through 2 o'clock, we're at 14, all the way up, 3 o'clock, we're at 15, 4 o'clock, we're at 16, so we're adding that 12 hours on to get to our 24-hour clock. 4 add 12 is 16, or we could say 12 add 4 is 16, all the way along until we get back to our 23 we've got, which is our 11 o'clock at night. Okay, so just a nice way to show us the conversions there. Right, let's have a look and think about some questions together. Our first one says, do these clocks show the same time? So on our analog clock here, we can see that it's 3 o'clock. Okay, and I'm going to say it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if that was a 12-hour digital time, have I written it correctly? Yes, I have. Now let's see if we can convert that to the 24-hour clock. You'll notice we don't need to put AM or PM. We already know that information because we're carrying on the 24-hour clock. So if I go to my number line here, I can look at my 3 PM and I can bounce up to check the 24-hour time, and it's 1500. I've got nothing in my minutes, so that is the same time. Let's have a look at another question together. Can you record these times using the 24-hour digital format? Now I'm going to pause the video and ask you to have a go on your own. Use the number line here to help you convert between the 12-hour time and the 24-hour clock. Pause the video now and have a go. Brilliant, good job. Let's check our answers. So we've got 4 PM here. 4 PM, if I add 12 hours onto it, gives us 16. So you should have written 1600. Give yourself a little tick if you've got that one correct. Let's have a look at the next one here. 8 PM, let's go on to our number line, and if we go up, so 8 add 12 more, or 12 add 8 is 20, so we're going to put our 2000 hours in here. And our last one, check to see if you got it correct, we've got 11 on our 12-hour clock, so that equals 23, because 11 add 12 is 23. So we've got 2300 hours. Well done if you got those all correct. Let's have a go at a couple more questions, and then you'll be ready to start your independent learning. Have a go at this one. Pause the video. Can you match the analog and digital times? Carefully look at the clocks shown on the analog times. Have a careful look. And then match them with the 24-hour times. Off you go. Okay, let's have a look. The first one is AM, so I know it's going to be in the morning, and I can see I've got my hour hand just past the 7, and then I've got 5:10, so I know that's 10 minutes past 7, or 7:10, so I can join those up. Let's look at the next one. This time it's PM, so I'm going to need to be thinking about from here onwards. Let's have a look. So I've got 9 is my hour, and I've got 20 past that 9. So let's have a look. Where's 9 on my 24-hour number line? That's 21:20. So that one's going to match up to there. And our third one, we've got PM again, so I know I'm going to be looking from 12 onwards, and I've got my 1 there, so my 1 I know is going to be, looking at my number line, it's going to be 13, and I've got 5:10, so 13:10, yeah, I can see that one all the way down there. Let's use a different colour so we can see it nice and clearly. And our final one, well, hopefully it should match up to this one. Let's just check. It says AM, so we know, okay, it's AM up here, and that's that one that's slightly different, because instead of like our 12-hour clock having a 12 there for the AM time, it's actually going to be 0, so 0, 0, and I know that that's 5, 10, 15 to there, so 15, 30, 45, because I know that's 3/4 of the way round. Yeah, got those correct. Okay, last question then. Have a think about this one. Pause the video if you need to, and then come back to watch my explanation. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at the time it shows already. So the hour hand is just past the 3, and I know this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 past 3. Let's have a think. So Sally leaves school at the time shown. She arrives home 1 hour later. So we know that school is not going to be 3 in the morning. It's going to be 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So I know that's going to be here on my 24-hour clock. 3 add 12. 12 add 3 is 15. And I can see that it is 5, 10, 15, 20 past. So 15, 20. Now, if she arrives home an hour later, I know that's going to be the next jump on my number line. So instead of 15:20, that's it. It's going to be 16:20. Let me write that on here. So it's going to be, what time will it be on a 24-hour digital clock? It will be 16:20. So that's 20 past 4 in the afternoon. Well done, everybody. Okay, you're ready to tackle this sheet, working through the questions like we have done on your own now. Remember, you can always use that number line on the video, rewind and go back to that number line to help you, or you could draw your own number line out. Remember as well to upload a photo of your work. That would be fantastic. Good job, everybody, and come back tomorrow ready for a problem solving session.